horses, not only in America but in the world. In the world. Ladies and gentlemen, meet market share. Big guy.
Be nice. Hey, be nice.
Into the stretch, and market share met no resistance from a weakened Sharp Muscles coming down to the line, and market share maiden victory here, won it impressively by 3.5 from Sharp Muscles. They're up the top of the stretch, and market share has been smooth sailing here. Market share is the one toward the inside. Sharp Muscles, it's come down to these two, and market share just cruising right along. Market share makes it 2 for 2 lifetime. Sharp Muscles was clearly second best, and it's a long way back. Cruising, market share, and Jeff Gregory. Market share is going to be perfect lifetime, a perfect 5 for 5. Chunked it out of the V, and Vic Smith was third in 1:59.1. Back to the winner's circle. Impressive 5 out of 5 lifetime here for market share. It was owned by Richard Gutnick of Pennsylvania and Gary Hucko of New Pennsylvania, trained by Linda Toscano. The winning driver, Jeff Gregory. 1:59.1 this afternoon for market share. This was the New Jersey Futurity, and we welcome in the winner's circle of the SPOA, Linda Goff and Maritza Dill, presenting Jeff Gregory and market shares. They take the New Jersey Futurity for 2-year-olds. 4 and 2 for 3/4. It's still Musclo now, and that opens the door for market share. Tim Tetrick and market share off stride when Valley Ivan market share draws clear here and is wrapped up now, leads it by 5 and continues to run up the score here. He is all alone. Market share, Muscalo and Highland Yankee. Market share in a romp. Market share scores at even money.
Market share is up to Challenge Beer Summit over the final 8th of the mile, and here comes market share. Market share with a strong final 8th rally is getting up in the final strides, and it is Tetrick and market share to win the first Good Times elimination.
Archangel now challenged toward the inside by Storm and Norman on the outside. Market share, Google Gaga won't get there tonight. It's Archangel holding play. Storm and Norman. Archangel takes the Yonkers Trot final. Archangel, Storm and Norman, and market share 1:54.1.
Return next Saturday for the $1.5 million final. They're at the post, and here they come. Rough gated number 3, Delano, who's off stride. And they're off. Little Brown Fox timed it well from the outside as Jim Grass sends him out. He had to steady him ever so slightly, though, as they move on to the turn. So market share is 3 wide. Jim Tan Laundry crossing down against the pylons. Big Chocolate is in the mix early, and Archangel splits them. 125 for 3/4. A 3rd quarter breather for Archangel. It's Archangel at the top of the stretch who leads the way. Archangel is out there with a length lead, but here comes market share, the fresh thread on the outside, and market share is trotting up alongside of Archangel. It's market share getting up. Archangel is now back racing in 2nd. Jim Tan Laundry 3rd. Top billing on the outside 4th. Market share has it, and market share has won it from Archangel. Jim Tan Laundry and top billing 1:52.2.
Like, I always thought he was a nice one, but you never dream that he's that. You know what I mean? I always thought he was a talented colt, but I never in my wildest dreams thought he was what he is.
Yeah.
Yep. And you just show up every week, don't you?
time for the 12th race, the 87th Hamiltonian, $1.5 million. 8-5 favorite on the rail, Uncle Peter. And at 3-1, the 3 knows nothing. 3-year-old trotters on gate for the Hamiltonian. Race 12, here they come. And they're off and trotting. Jim Tan Laundry trying to leave on the outside with Storm and Normand flashing speed. Archangel out fast. And the favorite, Uncle Peter from the rails, steps out into the first turn from post 10, Jim Tan Laundry. And Jim Tan Laundry takes the lead and outswooped Uncle Peter into the first turn. Archangel's on the move up with Jim Morrill Jr. Aggressive early. Market share fourth on the inside. Knows nothing is fifth. Storm and Normand is parked out down 3 wide. Around a failing. Storm and Normand as they turn for home. It's Uncle Peter. Here comes market share. 122 and 3 in the stretch of the Hamiltonian. And market share powers to the top with Tim Tetrick. Market share. Uncle Peter can't trot with him. Guccio up on the far outside. My MVP is closing hard. It's market share who needs the line. Guccio, my MVP closing. Gonna be tight. Market share holds on. Market share. Tim Tetrick, Linda Toscano win the Hamiltonian in 152-1.
If that is not sweet redemption, and you can see it in the body movement of driver Tim Tetrick after that incredible loss. Check me out making a break in the Oaks, and here market share at 4-1 grabs this year's Hamiltonian after a tough first over grind.
A great example of the little horse that could. His trainer, Linda Toscano, said that he needs a trip to win. Well, he didn't get one today. He grinded it out up on the outside all of the final half. He put away Uncle Peter in deep stretch, and with the cajoling of Tim Tetrick, was able to dig in and hold off.
Tim just said to me, I congratulated him. He said it should have been both of them, but this is a little bit of sweet redemption. Yeah, Tim?
Oh, absolutely. It's a dream come true. I never thought I'd ever get to race in the Hamiltonian, let alone win it. I'm very emotional right now.
Tim, you're very humble. This has been a meteoric career rise for you over the last 6 years. This is your first Hamiltonian win, but you've done everything else. You had to have expected this at some point.
Well, sooner or later, but when I was a kid dreaming of being a catch driver, I never thought this would ever happen. So, thanks for everybody that stood behind me. It's just great.
Is this win subdued a touch with disappointment from the Oaks race?
It makes up for it, but it's for the connections. I feel so bad for checking me out. She is a great, great animal.
Market share's been pretty unlucky in the major stakes finals this year. What changed for him in this race today?
Well, he made his own race. They went speed up front, and I pulled him first up, and he marched all the way up there. He gave me 110%, and Linda and the crew's done a great job with it.
Speaking of Linda, this makes her the first female to win a Hamiltonian as a trainer. What do you want to say to her?
Not only is she a great trainer, she's a good friend, and she's such a great person. I'm so happy for her.
Well done, Tim.
And market share's cut loose up the open stretch. 16th to go. Goo Goo Gaga. Chased him up the inside by market share. These two down to the line. Goo Goo Gaga.
Gather momentum up the rail. Here comes market share on the outside for Tetrick. It's market share who takes the lead with a 16th to go. Magic Tonight second. Silvato late on the outside with my MVP. Market share wins the swag from Magic Tonight.
Guccio's on the lead, tiring, the rail opens up, and here comes Little Brown Fox scooting through at the cones. Market share on the outside starts to roll late now for Tetrick, deep stretch lead. Little Brown Fox digs in. Market share with a late surge on the outside. Market share and Little Brown Fox. Market share, a final stride score for $1,152,2 as he wins the Canadian Trotting Classic in the absolute final stride.
Boy, he has been so good for so long. What makes him tick?
He's just a good little horse. He shows up, and Linda does a great job with this horse, and every time he goes behind the gate, he gives you 110, and, I'm just so happy to be part of it.
And final eighth of a mile, it's market share, well clear. Market share beginning to drop. Epimetics, shaking loose weight, money on my mind. 16th out for Tetrick and market share, and they'll get to the wire, well clear. Market share.
Here he is, market share just too fast.
too strong, too good. Here he is, a world champion. Market share under the wire in 154-4. He takes the gold stake.
Market share grabs the lead. Here's undercover strike late between horses with Guccio. Market share a winner.
Market share charging hard on the outside. Uncle Peter between them. Saruga, Uncle Peter. Market share getting up. Market share to win it in 151-1.
Market share to win the 62nd edition of the Maple Leaf Trot, and he won it by 2.5 lengths. 151-1.
And they're approaching the start for the Breeders' Crown Open Trot. And they're off. Wishing Stone broke. Wishing Stone was going to charge out of there, and he jumped it off, leaving. So Intimidate is fastest off the wings from between horses, and he clears easily before the opening turn. Market share on the inside, racing in second. Mr. Herbie is parked first over. Market share diving back to the inside to challenge Mr. Herbie. It's Mr. Herbie. Here comes Market share, charging hard up the rail. Mr. Herbie is game. Market share on the inside. They're coming down to the finish. They hit the wire together. Market share and Mr. Herbie together in 151 flat. The 2012 Hambletonian champion Market share, a great drive from Tim Tetrick, getting up by the slimmest of margins to take the Breeders' Crown Open Trot.
Guccio inside Uncle Peter. Market share clear. Maven will get second. Uncle Peter tied with Mr. Herbie at 152 and 1.
Uncle Peter, Guccio is coming. Market share looking for the line. Market share holds on to win it. Uncle Peter second, Guccio third. Archangel is fourth in 151.
They straighten away. Zavruga on the inside. Market share on the outside. Takes the lead. Zavruga trying to battle back. 4 lengths back to undercover strike. Far outside DW's New York Gang. Down to the finish. Market share has done it.
Market share leads by 3 lengths, and Market share romps in the second Maple Leaf Trot elimination. It's Market share, much the best.
Turning on their way home. Marky's made the lead. Market share. He's out there by 4. Creatine trying to close with opening night at Southwind Pepino. Market share to win it. Track record 152-4.
123 for 3/4. Sebastian K trying to fight off the pressure. Creatine on the outside. Market share charging up on the outside for Tetrick. Maven no room trying to squeeze through at the rail. Intimidate on the far outside. Intimidate is getting up to take the lead. They're heading down to the finish. Intimidate in the TBG Trot Final. Then I believe Market share from Creatine, either Maven or DW's New York Gang, 151-2.